Hey guys. Hey. Happy Tuesday. Give me a sec while I share this out.
Give me a sec.
There we go. How y'all doing? I hope you guys are doing well. All right. So we're all shit up there. Now let's go to Instagram. Here we go. All right. All right. There we go. We are all shared out on all of our outlets. Tonight we have stories about look, the Donda album may not be out yet, but it is definitely stirring up controversy. There has been a resolution in two major trademark cases, one involving oat milk and one involving the series Space Force. And if you are a glam metal band, we have a story for you. Ooh. Excuse me, y'all. Ooh, I think the end of summer is getting to me and my energy levels are like, girl, calm down. But that's okay, because I'm still here. That's what matters. Okay. All right. So we're going to get started very, very soon. Less than 2 minutes from now. So make sure at 8:05 you share this out to your friends, my sister, and all of my loved ones who watch, as well as, all of you out there who give me a gander, whether you've been here for a day or a year or a couple of years. You are appreciated, okay? So come in, grab a seat on the couch, make yourself comfortable. There's punch in the back. We're going to have a good time today. Okay. Let me see. Any announcements? No announcements right now. It's so funny. I cut this lock a few months ago. It wasn't even touching my shoulders, and now it's here. See what happens when you leave your hair alone and let it do its thing. Yeah, but we're gonna have a good time today. I can't wait. Ooh. Excuse me. I know you can't tell by that, y'all, but I am excited. Okay, look, I'm an old lady. Y'all know I be going to bed early. Oh, I gotta go get some water after this. All right, it is time to get started, guys. Get comfortable. All right, welcome. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday through Wednesday live broadcast where I teach business and and legal concepts. Hello, the haunter. Business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If this is your first time seeing my face or hearing my voice, and you're like, who is this lady? I am Natalie Pierre Lewis. I'm the host of the show, and I'm the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help people like yourself get your business paperwork together. So things like making sure you have your articles of incorporation with the state, getting your EIN numbers and DUNS numbers, making sure you have contracts for clients and partners so you don't get left holding the bag, brand protection strategies so people don't steal your business ideas, and hiring and training strategies so you don't get sued for discrimination. I help put all of these things in place. If you are wondering why I'm qualified to help you do this, I'm very happy that you asked. I am a licensed attorney, have been one for 15 years and counting. I've started multiple businesses for myself and others, both online and offline. I've had many careers in the realms of entrepreneurship, the law, education, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I'm very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everyone as possible. Not everybody has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school or to law school, but a lot of you have amazing business ideas. And if you're going to be successful, there are just some things that you need to know. There's no way around it, okay? So if you are in the startup phase of your business, um, give me a chat. Let's talk to each other. If you're a little bit confused, hello September Virgo. If you're a little bit confused about the business formation process, that is where I shine. So let's talk and let's get you on the right track. So go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm. That's the only link in my bio on Instagram, and it's all over this page on Facebook. There you can book yourself a free 15-minute consultation if you are a first-time client. You can also download the free Biz Launch cheat sheet. It will help you choose and start your dream business in 7 days or less. Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm is also where you can subscribe to the YouTube channel and the podcast. So if you ever miss a live broadcast of this NPL Legal Dish, you can catch up on your own. Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm is also where you can get your lovely show merch. We've got mugs, we've got t-shirts, okay? The t-shirts come in 3 colors, black, white, and navy blue. They're super comfortable and good quality. You know, I can give you some quality t-shirts, y'all, okay? Nice 100% cotton, you know, pre-shrunk, all that good stuff. But yeah, Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm is where you can access all things that are going on with me. Okay. Um, okay, so now we've taken care of housekeeping. Let's move on to the show rules, just so you guys know what's happening. So this is how the show works. I pull stories from the news, stories from blog sites, stories that I get from you guys, and I pull the ones that have lessons that we can learn as business owners, and we talk about them, okay? So this is a time for you to ask questions. It's a time for you to give your commentary, as long as it's respectful. I'm going to be asking you to, you know, participate in the conversation. So please don't be shy, okay? Just, you know, I'm going to ask y'all for some emojis. I'm going to ask y'all to let me know what you think about some things. And it's just much more fun when we do this together, you know, when we are, you know, nobody likes to just be talked at. Interaction is, we just learn better with interactivity. All right. Okay. So we are going to get started. So we're starting with our NPL nugget. We have started our money management for entrepreneurs section. You know, as an entrepreneur, you need to know certain things, certain basic money management skills, or, you know, where to put your money so that you can take advantage of all of the things that come with being a legitimate business. Some of those things that you need to do is open a business bank account, keep track of your expenses. Yesterday, we talked about keeping track of your miles using an app tracker like Mile IQ. Today, the tip that I have for you is that a lot of people use QuickBooks and, you know, accounting software that can be a little costly. But if you are in the startup phase of your business and you're a little strapped for cash, there's actually several free online accounting software. If you want to know which ones there are out there, you can get that in my Money Management for Entrepreneurs ebook. And that is available in the Boss Up Business Bundle. That is the bundle that is on that we are focusing on this this month. Okay, so yes, just if you need accounting software, it can cost you $0. And if you want to know which ones cost $0, go pick up the bundle. It's got a bunch of other perks in there as well. All right, okay, so now we can move on to the actual show. All right, okay, guys, so how many of you guys have been following this Kanye West? I'm going to call them Kanye West theatrics. I don't know. Whatever. You know what? I guess he's an artist and he's sensitive about his ish. But if you haven't been, Kanye West is supposed to be releasing another album that is named Donda after his, late mother. And in the process of releasing this album, he's also released a clothing line and merchandise related to this album. Now the album isn't out. He has apparently moved into the MGM or something, or Madison Square Garden, and is living there until the album is finished. But while people are awaiting this, supposed to be masterpiece from Kanye West, merch was released to celebrate this upcoming album. But there is already, some problems from some outside people. So there is a clothing company called Hi 76 Grimke. Hold on. The Hunter said Kanye lost his mind a long time ago. He needs help badly. You know what? I'm not going to disagree with you, the Hunter. Okay. All right. So there is a clothing company. The Hunter said his clothes look like futurist slave wear. Okay. Okay. But moving forward. So Kanye has released merchandise, right? And if you have seen any of the Donda merchandise, please just give me a hands up emoji. If you've seen it on blog sites, you may have seen clips of the fashion show. Just give me a hands up emoji if you saw any of the clothing from Kanye's recently released line. Anyway, there's a clothing company called Infinity Group. Oh my gosh, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Sorry, Instagram. Somebody just tried to call me during the show. I have no idea why. Yeah, so the Infinity Group, one of the creators, she went online and she basically put Kanye on blast and used it for the Donda merchandise. Right now, if you look in my stories, there is a link to that story as well as an image of the two designs, the one from Infinity Group and the one that Kanye did. And I can't lie, there is a similarity, right? But this designer, as opposed to going to the courts, has gone to the court of public opinion and is trying to blast Kanye. Now, what does this designing group need to have in order to to be able to take a a financial, or not a financial, to take a legal stand against Kanye. Um, 76 Green Gray said, I just saw a similar story online about crazy Kanye. Yes. What would these designers, Infinity Group, what do they need to have in order to be able to go to court and say, hey, Kanye stole our design? We talk about this all the time. Now, the fashion world is rampant with people stealing ideas. It's really hard to protect your work in the fashion world unless you basically create a design or a print, right? So what would Infinity Group need to protect their design against Kanye West? 76 Grimke said a copyright. Absolutely, that's one of the things they could do. Now, the copyright, what does the copyright do? um it basically says, hey, I created a thing and I get to say who uses it, right? So copyright is definitely one of the options they could have used. They could have taken that design and gotten a copyright for it, right? Now, what is the other kind of protection they could have gone for, or they could have even doubled up on it? What is the other type of intellectual property protection that Infinity Group could have that would allow them to go after Kanye West for copying their design instead of basically trying to shame him, using the court of public opinion? What do you think? Hmm? So 76 Grimke gave us copyright. What is the other form of intellectual property that Infinity Group could use if they were trying to, bring a legal action against Kanye? Other type of intellectual property protection would be a trademark. So if they had taken that design and said, hey, this isn't just a design, this is our logo, and it represents our merchandise, it represents our clothing in the marketplace, that would have been another protection that they could have, used. Now, I read the story. I did not see anything that said that they have either one of these kinds of intellectual property protection, right? So while it's not impossible for them to bring suit against Kanye, it is going to be very, very hard because first they're going to have to prove that they created it. Now, the designer did go online and showed receipts. There was a recording of Kanye leaving a voicemail saying he loved the designs and all these things, right? Hi, Magni Leadership. But if this design group had their intellectual property in order, they wouldn't even have to do that. They wouldn't even have to prove that they created it because it would have already been, established because they had the intellectual property protection. So this is why intellectual property is important, guys, because when someone steals your idea, if you've already got your intellectual property in order, you don't have to prove that you created it. It's already assumed that you created it because you went to the trouble of protecting your creation. Okay? All right. Okay. Next story of the night. Did any of you lovely people watch Space Force? If you watched Space Force on Netflix, please give me a rocket emoji. If you watched Space Force on Netflix, it starred Steve Carell, the guy from The Office. Please give me a rocket emoji. All right. Give me a rocket emoji. 76 Grimke said no. I started to watch it. I think I got through maybe the first episode and a half. It didn't really hold me. Magni Leadership said no rocket. Okay, so I guess you didn't see Space Force. So just roughly, it was a comedy series about a military general who was starting. The Hunter said that was hilarious. Who was starting, a branch of the military that was going to space, and there was just all these jokes, right? The Hunter said Space Force was awesome. I got through the first episode and a half. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't bad. Anyway, so we've got the Space Force Netflix show, right? But then also when we had the grand whatever, when we had the Grand Cheeto in office, he started he did in real life start a new branch of the military called Space Force. And it was a branch of the military that was focused on outer space. Now, the Space Force has about 7,000 members at the moment. Um, and I guess they're trying to get their things together. But there has been a back and forth legal battle going on between the United States Space Force. There's so many Trump jokes in it. There's been a lot of back and forth between the government Space Force and Netflix Space Force, specifically the government suing Netflix for trademark infringement. They're saying, look, we were first. Now, true, United States Magni leadership. This is totally real. Look up Space Force. It's a legitimate thing. But yeah, it's Space Force, right? But they never created anything to go with it, right? And if you have a trademark and you don't use it, it kind of goes dormant. Now, remember, they filed an intent to use application. Intent to use means, hey, we're filing this because we plan on doing something with it, but it's not ready yet, right? So they filed their intent to use, but didn't do anything yet. Meanwhile, Netflix comes in, files their trademark, and has this whole series. So the government Space Force is like, hold on, what's going on? No, we're the government. You can't call your thing Space Force. No. So they went to court and the judge made a decision. The judge said that the two can coexist. There can be more than one Space Force, okay? Now, who can tell me why the judge may have said that there can be more than one Space Force when it comes to trademarks? Why would the judge have said there can be more than one Space Force trademark? Magni leadership. Yes, Magni leadership. Two different tracks, because the government Space Force and the Netflix Space Force, they're doing two different things. The government Space Force, they're doing military operations. The Netflix Space Force is doing, whatever, motion picture, whatever you want to talk, entertainment, right? Now, there can be an intersection if they both make merch. Like if they both start making sweatshirts and stuff that thanks, Magni Leadership. I'm glad you learned that from me. Yay. But yeah, so now if the government Space Force and the Netflix series Space Force start making, their own merchandise, if they're coming out with hoodies and hats and things, then they're getting into, the same field. And there can be a little bit of, back and forth tug and war within that. Hi, Jada. In terms of their initial industries, the government Space Force is a military operation. The Netflix series Space Force is a comedy series. So they do not cross paths in their main sources, in their main lanes. Now, if they decide to start coming out with merchandise and things like that, there is a potential for crossing. But as of right now, there is no overlap between the United States Space Force and the Netflix Space Force. So, if you anybody think they might want to sign up for the Space Force if you're eligible Anybody want to, I, I don't know, go conquer the great beyond? Who knows? Like, we can't even get our stuff together on Earth. Why are we going out into space? But anyway, okay. Moving on. Before we move on to our next story, and the haunter. This is a story that I think you'll be particularly interested in. I want to remind you guys that you are watching NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday through Wednesday live broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If you are in the startup phase of your business and you're looking for someone to guide you through the intellectual, well, not the intellectual, the legal process of getting your business legitimate. That is what I do, okay? I'm a licensed attorney with a passion for helping entrepreneurs achieve their dreams. So go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm and book yourself a free 15-minute consult today. And also while you're there, make sure you download the free Biz Launch cheat sheet to help you start your dream business in 7 days or less, all right? Okay. Moving on. We have a story for not Activision the Haunter. Do we have any heavy metal fans watching tonight? The Haunter, I know that you are into heavy metal. Do we have any other heavy metal fans here tonight? Okay. If you are, give me, I don't know, give me a drum emoji. If you like some type of heavy metal something. All right. Jada said, not me. Okay. Well, if you're not a heavy metal band, 76 Groomke said nope. You probably don't know about this group, but there is a glam metal band that goes by the name of RATT, Rat. Okay. They go by the name Rat. And they filed a trademark infringement suit against a company called WBS Inc. Right now, I tried to do my research on this and try to figure out what WBS Inc. is. Thank you, Hunter. Couldn't figure out what these people do, but apparently they had been using the band's name, which was trademarked, for their advertising. Now, when you file suit against someone, right, they get the notification, and they're supposed to respond to the summons to court. They'll have the paperwork show up. Otherwise, if you don't, you can get what is called a default judgment. If you get a default judgment in your favor, it's because the other side didn't show up. They didn't do what they were supposed to do, right? So WBS Inc., they get sued for trademark infringement by this glam metal band named Rat, R-A-T-T, and they don't respond. They don't do anything. And so the metal band gets a default judgment in their favor for the trademark infringement. And I want you guys to guess how much they got in this default judgment for this company using their name without their permission for infringing on their trademark. How much do you think this glam metal band named Rat, R-A-T-T, got for the violation of their trademark? All right. How much do you think? They said, hey, this company out here, they're using our name. We don't like it. The court said, hey, these people said you're using their name. They don't like it. WBS, no answer. 76 Groomke said 5 million, a little bit less. 76 Groomke, not quite 5 million. They actually won $2 million. Because not just for intellectual property violation, but just because the other group didn't answer. They didn't bother answering. Guys, half the battle, Tay Biscuit said about that they requested plus attorney fees. No, they got $2 million. Guys, half the battle in a legal proceeding is answering the paperwork. It's answering, the requests and things like that. And this company failed to do even that. The hunter said 1 billion, not $1 billion. They got $2 million. So WBS is going to have to come out their pockets $2 million unless they can find some credible reason to appeal and have a really good reason for not responding to any of the court's requests. Okay, so just the lesson learned here: answer your court summonses. All right. Okay, now moving on to our last story of the evening. If you drink oat milk, please give me an O in the comments. Oat milk is like non-dairy milks. I would say oat milk and cashew milk are my favorite thus far. But if you drink oat milk, please give me an O in the comments. And if you don't drink oat milk, let me know what type of milk that you do drink. Whether it be almond, if it's cow milk. Jada, you don't drink oat milk. What type of milk do you drink? Whether it be non-dairy or whatever. Let me know, y'all. The hunter said, ew. Ew to what? Oat milk? Look, oat milk is the bomb, okay? It is delicious. Anyway, Magni Leadership drinks almond milk. Okay. Well, just so you know, Magni Leadership, because there's such a demand for almond milk, most of the almond milk brands have about 2% of actual almonds in it. Jada said almonds and lactose-free cow's milk. Okay, cool. All right. Well, for those of us who like oat milk, you may have heard of the brand called Oatly, Oatly, right? And Oatly's, they are a small carton and it's in a blue and white design. Okay. Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah, I'm serious. It's in a blue and white design, right? And they had filed a lawsuit against a UK oat brand called Pure OT, right? Saying that Pure OT's carton design was too close to Oatly's, right? And we talked about this story a couple of months ago, and I posted the picture of both the cartons. When I asked you guys if it was too close for comfort, you guys, the majority of you said no. You were like, these are totally different designs. What is Oatly talking about? And we got into the discussion about trademark bullying, right? So sometimes when a company is bigger and they have money, or and they can afford to do frivolous stuff, they will use their clout, even with a legal trademark, but they will use their legal clout and that money to go and try and bully other people in their industry or anybody close to it. Like Monster Energy, they like to sue anybody who even thinks about the letter M, for their design. Who else likes to sue other people? There was a whole thing with was it crosscountry.com? Anyway, but there is such a thing as trademark bullying, and it usually comes from companies that have big wallets, right? So Oatly went to court. They were like, hey, Pure Oatly, they've got the same colors we have. We think there's a possibility of confusion in the marketplace. What do you guys think the judge said when Oatly came to them with this? They said, look, we are the blue and white Oatly people. Nobody else should be able to have a blue and white carton. Please tell Pure Oatly to change their design. What do you think the judge said? What do you think the judge said? Hey! What y'all think the judge said? I'm going to give y'all a moment, okay? What do you guys think? All right, I'm not gonna leave the silence too long because I don't like to leave people in podcast land too quiet. But the judge said, Oatly, get a life. The judge said, look, the colors being the same is, is not enough. Your curtains look completely different. No one is going to mistake. Yes, Jada, the judge sided with the UK brand. No one's going to mistake your two brands. It's two totally different designs. Your names are different. You're doing a lot, Oatly. So they dismissed this trademark infringement suit. You like just because someone comes after you with infringement doesn't necessarily mean it's infringement. Hello, Nicole 112484. If you truly believe, like this small company did, that whoever is coming at you for infringement, that they got the wrong idea, you have the right to appeal. You don't have to take it lying down. The problem is not every business necessarily has the legal funds to do that, and that's why we have to be very vigilant about trademark bullying. Okay. All right. So those were the stories that I had for you this evening. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. YouTube was popping tonight. YouTube usually a little bit quiet. Thank you to the Haunter and to Magni Leadership. Thank you to everybody who showed up on Instagram and Facebook. If you missed the NPL nugget at the beginning, make sure you go back and watch. We will be back tomorrow with more stories. If you find anything that you want me to talk about, please do send it to me, DM it to me. I love it when you guys send me stories. It lets me know what you're interested in. Yes, make sure that you are booking your one-on-ones. Go to linktr.ee/npl consulting firm. All right, it's in the link in the bio on Instagram and all over the place, on everywhere, on my platforms. So I will see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Take care of yourselves and good night. Bye, guys. Mhm. Mhm.